Julie Andrews, one of the greatest icons of stage and screen, lived a colorful life, where the joyful notes of The Sound of Music were interspersed with the sad melodies of loss and struggle. The greatest sadness in her life, as she shared in her autobiography, Home, a Memoir of My Early Years, 2008, was the trauma of an unstable childhood and the difficulties of finding a balance between global fame and personal happiness. Born on October 1, 1935, in Walton-on-Thames, Surrey, England, as Julia Elizabeth Wells, she grew up in a broken family, with her parents divorcing when she was young. Her mother, Barbara Ward Wells, a pianist, and stepfather, Ted Andrews, a cabaret singer, introduced her to the world of performing at the age of 3. But this also brought with it heavy psychological pressures. She has said she felt robbed of her childhood, forced to perform to support her family while dealing with her stepfather's alcoholism and a troubled relationship with her mother. This sadness was deepened when she lost her most precious asset, her singing voice, after a botched vocal surgery in 1997. Her clear soprano voice, which had captivated audiences in My Fair Lady and Mary Poppins, was severely damaged, plunging her into depression. "I lost a part of my soul," she said in a 2019 interview with The Guardian. "Singing was my way of communicating with the world, and when that was gone, I didn't know who I was anymore." The death of her husband, director Blake Edwards, in 2010 was also a huge blow, leaving her deeply lonely, despite being surrounded by the love of her children and grandchildren. These sorrows, hidden behind a radiant smile and a regal demeanor, shaped her as a resilient artist who sought to transform her pain into art and compassion. Julie Andrews' career spanned more than 7 decades, during which she left an immortal mark on stage, film, television, and literature. She began performing at the age of 3, singing in British vaudeville theatres under the stage name Britain's Youngest Singing Sensation. Her talent was recognized early, and at age 12, she performed before Queen Elizabeth at the Palladium Theatre. In 1954, she made her Broadway debut in the musical The Boy Friend, gaining attention for her 4-octave singing voice and graceful performance style. Her breakthrough role came in 1956, when she played Eliza Doolittle in Lerner and Lowe's My Fair Lady, a musical that became a phenomenon with more than 2,700 performances. The role not only earned her a Tony nomination, but also made her the most beloved stage star in the United States and Britain. Her success on stage paved the way for her to conquer the movies. In 1964, she won the Academy Award for Best Actress for her leading role in Mary Poppins, a Disney film that became a classic with a worldwide box office of more than $100 million. Just a year later, she continued to make waves as Maria in The Sound of Music, 1965, the highest-grossing film of the 1960s, grossing $286 million and winning 5 Oscars, including Best Picture. These 2 roles defined Julie Andrews as a woman of intelligence, warmth, and positive energy. She continued to shine in films such as Thoroughly Modern Millie, 1967, Victor Victoria, 1982, for which she received her 3rd Oscar nomination, and The Princess Diaries, 2001, which introduced her to a new generation of audiences as Queen Clarice Rinaldi. In addition to acting, she has also found success as a singer, releasing more than 20 albums, from the Sound of Music soundtrack to solo albums such as Love, Julie, 1987. She is also a popular children's author, co-writing more than 30 books with her daughter Emma Walton Hamilton, including The Very Fairy Princess, 2010, which sold millions of copies. She branched out into television, hosting The Julie Andrews Hour, 1972 to 1973, winning an Emmy and appearing in specials such as Julie and Carol at Carnegie Hall, 1962. At age 80, she directed My Fair Lady at the Sydney Opera House in 2016, proving that she was still a prolific artist. However, her career was not without setbacks and challenges. In 1966, she was criticized for turning down the lead role in Camelot due to disagreements with the director, leading to her being labeled difficult in the industry. The ambitious Star, 1968, was a box office failure, grossing only $4 million against a $14 million budget, temporarily eroding her stardom. In the 1970s, she struggled to find suitable roles, with films such as Darling Lily, 1970, not being well received by audiences, leading to what she called her dry years. The biggest blow was losing her singing voice in 1997, forcing her to abandon the musical theater scene where she had once dominated. She sued Mount Sinai Hospital for medical malpractice, and although she won the case with $20 million in damages, she never regained her voice. Julie Andrews's struggles to overcome adversity often left her in tears. While preparing for Mary Poppins, she worked 12-hour days to learn dance moves and perfect her singing voice, breaking down in tears in the rehearsal room because of the pressure to live up to Disney's expectations. After the failure of Star, she cried alone in her hotel room, wondering if Hollywood still wanted her. In 1999, when she attempted to return to the stage in Victor Victoria on Broadway, she discovered that her voice was no longer strong enough, leading to nights spent in her dressing room crying from frustration. But she turned those tears into motivation, turning to writing and directing, and building a career that was more diverse than ever. Her perseverance transformed her from a suspected star into a British treasure who was made a dame by Queen Elizabeth II in 2000. Julie Andrews has always aimed to leave a legacy that extends beyond the spotlight. One of her greatest goals is to inspire young people with the power of art and kindness. She has achieved this through her roles as Mary Poppins and Maria, who have become symbols of hope and love. Her co-writing of children's books with Emma Walton Hamilton is part of this aspiration, with books like Dumpy the Dump Truck, 1999, helping children learn about perseverance and creativity. Her work with Literacy Partners, where she has donated millions of dollars to support children's education, is a testament to her commitment to providing opportunities for those less fortunate. She also has a passion for promoting gender equality in the entertainment industry. In the 1960s, she was one of the few actresses to be paid the same as her male counterparts, and she has used her voice to fight for her female colleagues. In 2019, she received the Lifetime Achievement Award from the American Film Institute, where she called on the industry to provide more support for female filmmakers. She hopes to one day establish an arts academy for women, helping them develop their careers in a safe and equitable environment. Throughout her career, she has strived to be a multifaceted artist. After losing her voice, she learned to tell stories through acting and writing, with her directorial role in 2016's My Fair Lady being a major milestone. She also dreams of producing an educational animated film that combines music and storytelling to inspire children around the world. Despite her age, she continues to take on new projects, such as voicing Lady Whistledown in Bridgerton, 2020 to 2025, in the hope of continuing to connect with young audiences. She also aims to be a role model mother and grandmother. She was proud to see her children and grandchildren grow up, from Emma Walton Hamilton, a successful author, to adopted children Amy and Joanna Edwards, who are pursuing their own passions. At 89, she is still working to be remembered as an artist who lived her life for art, family, and humanity with a heart for good. Julie Andrews has been through 2 marriages, each of which left a deep mark on her life. Her first marriage was to Tony Walton, a stage designer, from 1959 to 1968. They met while she was performing in London, and their love blossomed through letters and conversations about art. They had a daughter, Emma Walton Hamilton, born in 1962. However, the pressures of her fame after Mary Poppins and their busy schedules drove them apart. In her autobiography, Home, she wrote that the divorce was a painful decision, but the two remained close for Emma's sake. Her greatest sorrow from the marriage was the feeling that she had not spent enough time with Emma when she was young, a feeling that haunted her for many years. Her second marriage to director Blake Edwards lasted from 1969 until his death in 2010. They met on the set of Darling Lily, and despite initial creative disagreements, their love endured. Blake encouraged her to take on bold roles, such as in Victor Saw Victoria, and together they raised a large family, including Blake's stepchildren, Jennifer and Jeffrey Edwards, and two adopted children from Vietnam, Amy and Joanna Edwards. Despite their happiness, the marriage was not without its difficulties, especially as Blake struggled with depression and drug addiction in the 1980s. She shared on Oprah in 2008 that there were nights when she cried because she was worried about Blake's health, but their love was always a strong support. Her greatest sadness in love was the loss of Blake in 2010. In a 2015 interview with People, she said that she still felt him every day and that living without him was her biggest challenge. However, she turned that pain into motivation, continuing to work and taking care of her family the way Blake would have wanted. At 89, she is not looking for new love, but instead devotes her heart to her children, grandchildren, and audiences, considering them her extended family.